What is happening, everybody, on YouTube? Steve here, Raiken Profit over at RaikenProfit.com, coming back to you with another video. And today I want to talk about a clothing brand that you can buy from thrift stores, garage sales, flea markets, maybe Facebook Marketplace, locally on Craigslist, to resell on eBay for some huge profits. Now, this is one brand that I'm going to be talking about. It's called Coogee. That isn't created equally. Each item that you find within this brand is not going to be created equally, which means you can find maybe a shirt or a pair of jeans or shorts that might only sell for $8, $10, $15, whereas you might be able to find an item, as you can see right now on the screen. This is a Coogee's 90s, really colorful crew neck sweater that sold for $195. So pretty much what I'm going to be doing is covering the best items that you want to look out for and the styles, the colors that can bring you the biggest profit selling on eBay. So again, the brand that we're talking about today is Coogee. If you guys have never heard of the brand Coogee before, it's actually an Australian brand. Coogee is a fashion brand known for colorful knitwear. Founded in 1969 as Coogi, C-U-G-G-I. It's actually spelled C-O-O-G-I now. In Torrick, Australia. The label was renamed in 1987. That's when I was born. In addition to clothing, the company's 1992 international trademark filing registered the brand for cosmetics and toiletries, leather goods, furniture, textiles, and toys. So that's coming straight from Wikipedia. The founder is Jackie Toronto, headquarters in New York. So this is a brand, an Australian brand, very well known for its colors. People like Biggie, right? One of the #1 hip hop artist of all time. He was known to wear the Coogee sweaters, amongst a lot of other people as well. So let's dive into this video. First, let me go into the comments. If we have anybody watching live right now, which we do, drop your, drop a line in the comments. Let us know your location, where you are from, and also let us know, have you ever sold a Coogee item before? Have you ever made money with this brand? Looks like we got No Life 2692 saying first. Man, you are quick. Second stream of today. Awesome. Yeah, I'm going hard today. Coogee with a question mark. So ATL World 2018 apparently doesn't know this brand. So this is going to be a great opportunity for you to learn. Deb Smith said, I just found a Coogee jacket for $4 at Goodwill. Awesome. Shannon says, I just found 2 Coogee brand men's jeans, but they don't sell as high as the sweaters. That's for sure. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. The #1 item that you want to look out for in this brand is going to be the sweaters, right? It's going to be the really colorful, weird-looking sweaters like the one in front of you right here. This sold for $195. Let me show you the tag. So there's the tag, 100% mercerized cotton, made in Australia. And when you look at the tag, it's typically a bunch of different colors. So we got yellow, blue, green, orange, and red making up the Coogee text right there. Definitely an awesome item to be on the lookout for. The description says nice, gently worn, no holes or stains. Measurements lying flat are 27 inches in length, 22 inches chest measurement, pit to pit. Also the sleeves as well. Smoke free. One thing that you could do in your listings, especially with certain items like this, because I don't know, maybe a lot of people smoke in these items. I don't know. I know with like Pendletons and Woolrich, I always like to say comes from a smoke-free home, because a lot of people who are outdoors working outside, I guess I'm generalizing, but sometimes those could be items that have a lot of smoke damage to it and they really stink. So by saying smoke-free in the description, sometimes that can help you to make that extra sale. ATL World says raking in the money today. That's what I like to hear. What's up, Cody? We got Cody from Australia in the house saying that's Aussie made. You are right about that. Steve Mason says, I've got 3 Coogee now. Jennifer Howe in the house says, I've sold Coogee jeans. We got West Virginia in the house. Fund It, Flip It. This is an awesome brand to find. Picked up 2 pieces a few weeks ago. Nightlight says, I'm in Florida. I've never sold this item before. Just got started on eBay. That's awesome. So let's dive in, guys. If you're excited about this show, do me one big favor and smash that like button. Really helps to get these videos out and lets me know I'm doing a, a good job for you guys. So let's get into it. So we talked about this item right here. This is pretty much the pinnacle. This is pretty much the top of the food chain when it comes to Coogee sweaters. Anything that's got this specific color and design is going to bring you in the most money. So regardless of if it's a vest or if it's a sweater like this one, thick or thin, doesn't matter. You might even find some t-shirts that have this design. This is what you want to find. This is the big money. Next up, we have another crazy looking item. Now, this is 100% pure wool right now. Again, made in Australia, Coogee. This is a cardigan sweater right here, sold for $119.69. Now, I want you to take a look at this listing right now and let me know what is something that you think they could improve upon. I'm looking at it and I definitely noticed something. Let me know in the comments something that they can improve upon. Is it the pictures? Is it the title? Is it the description? And again, you see somebody saying smoke-free home. Looks like it's a common pattern with these items right here. But I would say, the picture could definitely use some improvement. You could tell that there's a little bit of over contrast going on, or there's too much brightness. It's taking away from the rich color, because I know right now this is probably a rich colored green right here, but there's just too much light hitting this item. And I think their editing is maybe a little bit off. So I would have pulled back the lighting and contrast a little bit, or they might have wanted to change the settings in their camera, but still $119.69. This is the type of item you want to look for, that design, that color pattern. Next up, we have I believe the fox leather is kind of like the fake leather, but this is a Coogee, quote unquote, not real leather jacket right here. This is a 2 extra large. One thing that I've noticed with Coogee is, first and foremost, you want to look for the crazy colors in the design, like the couple sweaters I showed you. But second, you want to find items that are bigger. They tend to do better. A lot of times you're going to find 2X and 3X. The bigger stuff definitely does better. I don't think they even make anything super small in this brand. But here's a fake leather jacket right here. Not like an authentic, but like the fox leather right here. $42.75. I've never sold a Coogee fake leather jacket before, but when I was looking through the sold listings, there was quite a few of them which have sold. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce fox. I don't know if it's fox or fox. Somebody says fox sounds like faux, so maybe it's fox. I don't know. Either way, doing the best I can. Yeah, everybody's saying on that last picture it was that background. It was definitely a little off. So a lot of people ask, Steve, should I buy Coogee jeans? Well, I can tell you right now from experience and from spending about an hour in the sold listings before I made this video, plucking out these items I want to share, the jeans aren't selling as well when you start looking at price points over like $30 or $40 compared to the sweaters and the crazy colors and designs. Personally, I'm a busy guy, and I'm sure you guys are busy as well. I like to focus on clothing items that are selling for at least $30 or $40 plus. So when it comes to Coogee, really it's the jackets and the sweaters and the cardigans that are going to sell for 50 to 100 bucks plus. The jeans, a lot of times are going for 15 to 25, unless you've got something that has a really colorful design, embroideries. This one's got a really interesting, colorful back pocket. I think that helped the value right here. Size 38 by 34 inseam, hip hop. Great keyword, multicolored plaid pockets, $56.77. There might have been a best offer taken on this. Typically, I don't get this much for Coogee jeans, but let me know in the comments, how much do you typically get for a pair of Coogee jeans that you sell? All right. Next up, we have a Coogee authentic. We got a track zip-up jacket. Keywords are designer, embroidered, 2 extra large. So again, the bigger stuff does better. I guess you could consider this a track jacket. Bunch of different colors. I haven't done, or let me put it this way. I haven't sold a lot of these types of jackets, but again, just based on doing my research, these track jackets tend to do decent, bigger sizes. The more colorful, the better. If there's embroideries on it, multiple pockets, it's gonna tend to increase the value of this item. The seller's the shopping squad with only 40 reviews. So don't be discouraged if you have a new store and you only have 5, 10, 15 reviews. I was talking about that earlier on the live show. It's not going to kill you. Just focus on creating a really nice buyer experience, great photos, plenty of photos. take a picture of the tag, include the measurements, put in some really good keywords so people can find your item. And if you're ever stuck in terms of like, what type of keyword should I use? Just type in the brand and your style and the size and try to find similar items which have sold for good profits. And you can hit sell one like this or sell like this. I forget what it's called, but it'll essentially copy the whole listing except the photographs and a couple other things. And you can kind of mix and match and borrow some of the keywords. That's definitely a really good tip right there. Awesome. So next item, which I found on the sold listings. And if you're wondering how did I come across these items? Are these my items that I sold? These aren't my items. These are actually recent sales on eBay. So a lot of times what I like to do is just study the sold listings. So I'll typically type in, go to the men's clothing category, type in the brand and search for items that are selling for at least $30 or $40 plus. You might be willing to go a little bit lower just based on your business model, but for me personally, I'm looking for items like that just to study and see and learn which ones are selling best. So here's a really nice sweater vest. Again, it's got those crazy weird colors, the types of colors that you might think to yourself, I would never wear that in a million years. You'd have to pay me a lot of money. That's the type of stuff you want to focus on when it comes to the brand Coogee. It's an awesome Australian brand to buy and sell on eBay. But again, you've got to find the right items, the color, the pattern, the craziness, the overall feel of it. These are going to be very, very important when it comes to selling this brand. Is there a lot of embroideries, crazy designs? This stuff really helps. $59.99 right here. Again, there's the tag. Remember it. So when you're out there thrifting or hitting garage sales or going to the flea markets, you want to make sure to recognize this brand. Next up, we have a 3 extra large. So again, this brand is notoriously known for creating very expensive items. And excuse me, I was getting a phone call. I got confused. They're known for creating very big items. So 2X, 3X. Sometimes you'll even find waist sizes that are 50, 56, like sometimes like 5. I think Coogee goes up to 5 or 6 XL. So some of these items get really big. But here's an item, Coogee men's zip front sweater, 3 extra large, sold for $59 right here. Again, it's got some interesting colors. It might be new. I see a little tag going off that. So I'm curious what they sold it as. It says does not appear to have been worn. Original Coogee rubbery tag attached. That's what I saw right there. So, yeah, definitely nice. It says it has an embroidery. Let me see if I can find it. So there's a little embroidery on the back with a leaf since 1969. Not a bad item, $59 right there. You might want to go into the sold listings and study up on these just to make sure that these items are selling at that average price, but not a bad sale. So I want to share this one with you to pretty much showcase the difference in value between color being like crazy and unique and like obscure versus just a bland, solid color. So as I showed you the first couple examples, one of the sweaters sold for like $200. Another one sold for like $120. This one only sold for $75. Now it is huge. It's 4 extra large. That's a really nice selling point, but it doesn't have that crazy unique color scheme, and it only sold for $74.99 only, right? I mean, you can go to the thrift store and probably get something like this for sub $10 and, ship it for $6 or $7, pay, $10, $12 in fees and still, make a really nice profit of like $30, $35. So that's a really nice little sale right there. There's the tag, 4 extra large. Bigger, the better when it comes to selling clothing. I cannot say that enough. I wish that this seller would have included the measurements. It's very important. There are a lot of customers out there that will just pass on your listing if you don't include the measurements. Not only is it going to help you to increase sales, but even more importantly, it's going to help you to reduce returns. And as we all know, getting that dreaded email saying, I need to return this, nobody looks forward to that. Could ruin your day. I remember when I was new, I was counting all my eggs before they even hatched. So include those measurements will definitely help. Next up, we have an item. Now I want to ask you guys, why do you think that this hoodie sweater sold for $119? I want to put you guys to the test. What do you see as special in this item versus maybe just something that's plain or something that's size I don't know, maybe a large. Is there anything that stands out? I'm trying not to give it away, and I kind of am. Coogee Australia Basics Men's XL Hoodie Sweater. Tricot Milan Text 100% acrylic. We've got the measurements included. What is standing out to you all when it comes to this item? Would you buy it? Let's pretend that this item was for sale for $15. Would you buy it not knowing what this sold for? Right? Would you just imagine to yourself, this might sell for 20, 25, 30? Would you have known it sold for $119? House of Mini Trucks says logo is spelled out. So that definitely is a really, you know what? I wasn't even going to mention that, but that's a really good point. When it comes to clothing, especially designer clothing like Brooks Brothers, Ralph Lauren, Lacoste, anytime these items are showcasing the logo, whether it's the pony or the crocodile, or it's spelling out the name, right? One brand that really increases in value substantially is Hugo Boss. Hugo Boss, if it has like the name spelled out, that really, really helps that brand. So that's a great point right there. That definitely added to the value. Thumper says hoodie. That's a great point, right? We don't, well, at least I didn't when I was studying the sold listings. You don't see a lot of this sweater with a hoodie attached style. It's just a little different. It's a little unique. And I agree. I think that's definitely adding value to this item. But most importantly, and Shannon C is correct with her answer, saying it's crazy colors. Yep, you are absolutely correct. The color of this item, the overall design, oranges, blues, greens, this weird, unique little color pattern definitely added value to this item. If this was just a pure blue or a red, I bet you this would come in at maybe $50, maybe $60. So all of those things are definitely helping. Find It, Flip It says it's a half zip. I didn't even notice that it was a half zip. That's definitely unique right there as well. So you guys are really starting to see what is adding value to these items. Next up, we have a really cool 90s. This is kind of like it's a sweater, but it's a unique design. It's almost got like that shawl collar to it. It's got a unique set of parallel buttons at the bottom. Really cool design. Again, it's got that kind of weird pattern that tends to do really well. As you've been seeing, this specific pattern, even though it's not like, a bunch of like really bright colors, it's a little darker, more like tribal style to it. $100 on this unique piece right here. Aklanda, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. Australia pure wool open wide collar cardigan sweater size extra large. That's a nice little item right there. I mean, take a look at the tag. So I don't know if I've ever seen this tag. Maybe the brand on this was, I don't even know if this is Coogee. They've got, when I was going through the sold listings, they got me. They got me with keywords. How many more people do you think are searching for Coogee versus Aklanda? I'm just going to call it that. I don't know if I've heard of that brand before. I might have. I'm not sure. But it doesn't even look like it's a Coogee sweater. But again, it's got that Coogee style to it. So not sure what's going on right here. It doesn't even look like it's a Coogee, but they got me. They got me. Good keywords. Big shout out to BuzzTrack. Check this out. This item sold for $75.99. And again, I'm gonna go through the pictures, and I want you guys to shout out, what do you believe caused this item to sell for $75.99? Okay, because I'm looking at the title right now, and that title is shorter than what. It is very, very short. So the title ain't very special. The pictures, I mean, there's only 4, so there's not a lot of pictures. Of course, there's no measurements. I had predicted that in my head when I saw the title and the pictures. I'm like, there's no way they're including measurements. Why did this half-ass listing, right? Let's just be honest. Good thing the pictures are decent. I'm not hating on Ryan Monster with 422 reviews, but let's be real. This definitely, didn't have a lot of effort put into it. Outside of the pictures were okay. Why did this sell for $75.99? We got Health, Weight, and Real Talk. Good to see you in the house. I don't think I've seen you in the comments before, so welcome to the Raiken Profit live chat. Colors. So taking a look at the colors, it is definitely interesting colors. It's not as crazy as some of the other sweaters and unique items that we came across, but yeah, I definitely think the colors are definitely adding some value to it. Find it, flip it, hitting the nail on the head, 4XL. Yeah, so if you took a look at this tag right here, it's a 4 extra large right now. So this is a really big item right here. Like I said before, the bigger items are always going to sell well. And that's not just within a Coogee brand. That's definitely across the board. So the House of Mini Trucks says, I gotta say it again, LOL. Big old logo. Yeah, that is one big logo right there. That's one of the biggest logos in the Coogee brand that I think I may have ever seen before. People who wear certain types of clothing, right? They want you to know that they are representing that brand. The brand is not just a brand to them. It's not about the material. It's not about how comfortable it looks. It's not even about the colors and stuff. It's about them identifying themselves with that brand. It's a part of their identity. So by having that, brand across the chest, it's really, just showcasing who they are and what they believe in. So that's, I don't know, that's the way I've always seen it. I even feel that way when I wear certain designer items. I feel good and I want to represent that brand. I want people to know I'm wearing a Ralph Lauren. You see this pony? Yeah, I paid up for it. No Life says, I thought medium and small is the size that people want. Small's actually, it depends on the brand, right? If you're shopping for like maybe express items or specific designer brands, I'm trying to think off the top a brand that does really well. I had something at the top of my head. What was it? Sometimes John Varvatos does pretty well with smalls. Hugo Boss tends to do well with smalls. But a brand like Coogee, you're not going to sell the smaller brands as well as the bigger brands, right? The same goes with Ralph Lauren. The same goes with, I guess I would say Brooks Brothers. Brands like Vineyard Vines, where I guess you would say a younger demographic is wearing it. Or I'm trying to figure out the best way to say it. Just certain brands do better small and some do better with like the bigger brands. You really just have to go through and study the sold listings. But if you went through the Coogee sold listings, you'll see that the bigger brands tend to do well. A lot of it is trial and error. You list up items and you just figure it out as time goes on. That's the cool thing about this business. The texture and colors weaving together looks different. Yeah. So all of these things that I mentioned are coming together to bring value in this item. So when you're buying and selling clothes, you want to be, you want to be conscious of these things. You want to know it's not just the brand. It's deeper than that with clothing, right? Now, this is the top dog that I came across. This is the pinnacle. This is the one of the number one items you want to be on the lookout for. Again, it's this, Coogee style sweater with these crazy designs, but this is the color. This specific color pattern always does best. So we saw some darker patterns. We saw some very light patterns. This almost trippy kind of, I don't know. It's just a very colorful, it's a certain type of style. This is the number one thing you want to be on the lookout for right now when it comes to Coogee, right? I don't care if it's a vest. I don't care if it's a shirt. I don't know if they even make shirts with this specific color design, but it's this sweater that is pretty much the number one top dog that you want to be on the lookout for. This is a size extra large. Colorful fish is a keyword that they use. And if you kind of look close, there are little fish swimming around, which is cool. If you guys follow Reezy Resells, big shout out to Reezy. I believe he has this sweater. I think I saw him. Well, something similar, not the fish one. I don't think it was the fish one, but I know he gave a speech and he was wearing a Coogee sweater. It looked so cool. 100% mercerized cotton, $349 right here. Now, let's be real. Are you ever going to find this item? Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Most likely, you probably won't. But maybe one out of every 25 resellers, one day or another, I think they're going to find this item. I've never found it before, but I've known quite a few of my colleagues who are, full-time eBay clothing sellers. They came across this item. So, it's just one of those things. People have found it. It's crazy. Fabiola says, only seen one and someone grabbed before I could get it. Oh, God, talk about a nightmare. You go into a thrift store, you're having a great day, you're going through the clothing racks, and some random guy comes up next to you and just pops on this freaking colorful fish, mercerized cotton Coogee sweater. I'll tell you right now, that is not going to be a good day for you. I would be I would be heartbroken. That would really suck if that ever happened. So, condolences to Fabiola. That is a rough one right there. Yeah, some people are giving the sad face. We got Mike Smith saying, first time here, finally. Welcome, Mike Smith. Where are you from, brother? And tell everybody about where you stand right now in your eBay business. Are you new? I want to know in the comments right now. We got 82 people watching live, and I'll let you guys know first. I've been selling on eBay almost 6 years now. Now, I'll be 100% real. There have been times where I've been full-time, 50, 80 hours a week. Other times where I'm just doing Amazon. And, there have been months at a time I wasn't even selling on eBay. Now I do it on a part-time basis. It could range anywhere from listing, a couple items a week upwards to, like this week, for example, I'm listing 25 items. So I'm listing 5 items a day. Is it anything huge? No, but it'll definitely keep your sales going. But I run multiple businesses, right? And that's the cool thing about this business is, after a couple of years, you tend to find other income streams, or you tend to kind of walk through various stepping stones to different businesses and stuff. Like I've gotten into Amazon, Shopify, I started my eBay business and, I started making YouTube videos, and that kind of blew up into something else. So I do a lot of, affiliate marketing, internet marketing stuff. So I want to know in the comments, how long have you been selling on eBay? Let's see what people have to say right now. So it looks like we got Texas in the house, North Carolina, San Antonio. So we got a bunch of people in the house. So I'll wait for some of those comments to come in. But yeah, that's the brand, Coogee. There's plenty of items that are within Coogee. So if I go to Coogee men's clothing, there's plenty of items that aren't going to be selling for as much money. So if I go to pre-owned and I go to sold and I go to, let's go to lowest first. You're going to see that there's plenty of items that don't sell for much. Like here's a t-shirt, $382, free shipping. Like this person's literally like losing money. We got a pair of shorts at 99 cents, $550. You might ask yourself, why are these items selling so low? Well, take a look. Do you see any crazy looking sweaters? No. Do you see anything with like super crazy looking patterns and designs like I showed you? No. A lot of these things are kind of solid, auction based. I notice auctions don't typically do that well for clothing. I like to go buy it now. There's always going to be a bottom of the barrel, right? So you can have items that sell for $200 all day. But if you got somebody who's starting a 99-cent auction and it's ending on the wrong day and the pictures suck and there's not a good description, no measurements, there's no good keywords, that all day long 200 item could sell for 100 or 60, right? So a lot of these items should sell for like 10, 15 bucks. But then again, bad pictures, bad keywords, maybe just bad luck. Maybe there's not a huge demand for this specific item. And, there's always going to be bottom of the barrel stuff for each brand. So don't think you're going to just buy Coogee and kill it. You can see these items I'm showing you are completely different than the home runs that you want to focus on, right? So if you're looking to get into the clothing game to go full time, you can play around with these items, right? Because you're going to be going with a higher volume. But if you're like myself, where you're running multiple businesses, or maybe you just don't want to immerse yourself that deep into clothing, you're going to want to focus on, the items that are rare, that are hard to come across. And again, you might only find an item like this or something similar a couple times a year. And you might think, well, that's not worth my time. Well, you got to remember these jackpot items, every brand has like 5 or 10 really good items that you could focus on for the most part. I would say 60% of the brands have something or multiple items that you can focus on that do really well. You want to become acquainted with those, okay? Especially if you're busy like myself or you're running multiple businesses. So that's kind of my take on things. You want to study the sold listings. You want to watch these videos that I'm creating on clothing if you're getting in the business, because not all clothing items within a brand are created equally. So with that being said, I'm going to talk to you guys in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe. I got my real estate agent calling, so I got to get rolling, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.